All right, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the channel. As usual, glad you could join in to watch the video. You know what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you guys updates relating to Nigerian Super Eagles and the team. And of course, Coach Eric Shell currently now taking a tour of Europe, where he's going to have the chance to watch our players perform and then get to bond with the players, familiarize himself with them. Uh, Talk to them about the forthcoming games that we have in March. The first one being the game against Rwanda coming up on the 17th, and then against Zimbabwe on the 24th. But this is not going to be the first initial communication between the coach and the players, because Coach Eric Shell has already said it himself that he has communicated with these players. He had a prior conversation with the players on phone calls. Each and every single one of the Super Eagles players uh, has been on the phone with Coach Eric Shaw. The major players that we've always seen get invited, uh, not the ones that are still not eligible. They are still trying to sort out eligibility and things like that. Those ones haven't really been contacted at this point, not all of them. But it's very important. Coach Eric Shell is going to want to talk with the big boys. OSIMHEN, for one, uh, has also confirmed that he has spoken with Coach Eric Shell, and he didn't say it himself, but it was actually Chuba Akpam that came out and gave this revelation that he was speaking with Victor Osimhen after that Europa League game between Ajax and Galatasaray, of which Ajax won. So, if you follow the channel, I covered that Osimhen actually scored a goal. Chubakwan came from the bench, but he didn't get a goal, but his team won the game. But after the game, Omar Sports uh, interviewed Chubakwan, and he talks about his readiness to play for the Super Eagles. But he has now come out again to talk about, having that conversation with Victor Osimhen about the Super Eagles, because he is very interested in representing the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So Chuba says that he talks to Osimhen, and Osimhen confirms that the coach has called him and they've, talked together about, uh, Super Eagles, the plans ahead, what the coach demands from them. So, according to Chubakom, he says Osimhen says the coach is someone that wants you to be very hardworking in training, in matches. This is one of the criteria that he would demand of you if you want to get a call up, to play in the national team. And then a must as well is that you have to be playing for your club side. You have to be featuring for your club side. You have to be a very important member of your club side. Play week in, week out. Having parts in games. This is another strong reason. This is actually like the number one uh, that the coach is looking for before he invites any player. It's not just Eric Shell. We know this is like normal tradition for every coach. They want to be sure that you're playing for your club side, you're having impact week in, week out for you to be called, because whether you like it or not, there are a lot of options in every department. So definitely, coach has options. He has the freedom to pick the options that he feel these ones are playing week in, week out. These ones are you know more in the limelight, more than the other ones. So it's just basically the situation right now. Uh, Regarding Coach Eric Shell and the players, and I might have to read out what Chubakam said here just to give some clarity regarding that one. So Chubakam says in his own words, I was just speaking to Victor Osimhen after the Galatasaray Ajax game about it. But there's a lot of good strikers, I guess, in the team. Victor just spoke to me about the new coach Eric Shell, and he said he had a conversation with him, and he has that mentality that if you're not performing in training, not playing good at your team, then you're not going to play. So I'm always open to it in the future. if I'm selected, it will be an honor. So this is what Chubak said. He actually told that to one of Score Nigeria's writers. But we'll see what happens. Of course, Chuba is really interested in getting a call up, but it's not going to be easy because we know there are lots of options, not just Chuba. There's Siri Jassas, there's Tolu, there's Akko, Jerome Adams as well, who has now moved to Sevilla. So lots of options. At the end of the day, the coach is going to have to select very limited number of players in the attacking areas. We already know that the likes of Victor OSIMHEN and Victor Boniface are very likely to have already secured their spots because, these guys have been on fire the last couple of months, maybe even years for Victor OSIMHEN. So, and they are still in form, they are still scoring goals week in, week out for their teams, which is also a leverage for them because they are playing in teams that we watch every week. So it's definitely something that works to their favor. But we'll see what happens, guys. Moving forward, Super Eagles under 20 midfielder Daniel DAGA has just opened his scoring books for his new club, Modo. They actually played the game against Hammarby, and Daniel DAGA was the man that got the winner for that game. That game was a friendly game where they wanted to test themselves, and of course it was a great opportunity for Daniel DAGA, who has just recently signed into the club to make his first competitive appearance, and great one for him. He actually scored for the team. But moving away, guys, there is a huge boost right now for our coach Eric Chelle in terms of goalkeeping department. Maduka OKOYE has now recently joined Udinese back, in training after missing out for a couple of weeks due to a hand injury that he sustained sometime last year. So this is definitely good news. Of course, we know that we don't expect him to to slot right in and be the first choice because obviously Stanley Wabali is there and he has proven himself over and over again. When he wasn't around, Okoye had a shot at being the first goalkeeper. That was when we had already qualified in the African Cup of Nations, and then we had I think like two spare games to play. Okoye, came in deputized, and then I'm not sure that a lot of people were proud of his performance, but again, he came after the match and he was saying that he had to play through those games with injury. That was what he said. And rightfully so, because a few days later, Udinese announced that Okoye is going to undergo a surgery for injury on his hand. And right now, the good news, as I said, is that he's now back. So definitely a good option for Coach Eric Chelle, especially as we're heading into the games coming up in March. But there's a huge obstacle right now to Okoye making an appearance. Of course, you do remember that he still has an issue with the whole betting company, that actually started investigating him for match fixing, not really match fixing, but for some sort of betting scandal that he was alleged to have partaken in last year when they said he intentionally took a yellow card just to win money and have other businesses win money because he agreed to do so. But that case is still ongoing. Okoye is back. It's still a question whether he is going to be allowed to play football professionally, either for Udinese or for the Super Eagles, in case he gets called up. But the last time, the last time I checked on him, of course, Udinese seemed to have removed his name from their list for the 2024 season and replaced it with a certain new goalkeeper that they actually bought. So there's still lots of grey area regarding this Okoye's situation, but the good news now is that he's back training, so that's like the most important thing. And then hopefully that issue about betting, scandal is going to be cleared soon, so he can start enjoying his football and then be available for when the Super Eagles and Coach Eric Chelle wants him. That is the update for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Nigeria Food TV, And leave your comment as well for any of the stories. Stay tuned for more stories.